At this time we're traveling south onto Kenai Peninsula, and we're heading toward Seward. But before we get to Seward, we're going to take another turn to the right and head over toward Homer. This round trip in an automobile should be maybe 500 miles.
This is an 87, 5-year warranty.
It just goes on and on and on. Continuing south towards Seward along Turnagain Arm, Turnagain Arm being this body of water that sort of wraps Anchorage up to the north. One of the features of Turnagain Arm is that there's what they call a bore tide. And a bore tide means that 4 times a day the tide moves in and out. Twice a day in and out, I guess, 4 times a day. And it's the second highest tide, up to 35 feet. So you can see a wall of water coming down this Turnagain Arm up twice a day or 4 times a day, I'm not sure which. Isn't that fascinating? Second highest tide in the world. This is a train that you can use to get off of this road down here, I think at Whittier, and then you can transport your vehicles by rail and then take off at Valdez, get on a ferry at Valdez. So this is just another one of the tourist traps to get you from here to there because there are no roads. Pretty good idea, right? I see the people are riding in their cars. Get this picture because I believe there's only 3 railroad lines in all of Alaska. At Skagway, at the one that goes to Anchorage that we saw a little bit ago on another tape, and this one, which is a short line over to the ferries to take you to Valdez. And all 3 of these trains, while they were moving and while they were taking passengers, they only move a couple times a day. So we blame you for sinking the Titanic.
Jordan! Jordan!
Now I want to try and get a still picture of this blue ice, which is a break off of glaciers, of course. I'm only hoping that the blue color shows up. We'll talk about this later on. This is significant. We just have to find another way to get to this glacier. So we'll just tunnel our way through. Some people take a cruise out to the base of the mountain or of the glacier. There's gold in that there pan. This pole says, "Let there be peace on earth," in many different languages as you walk around the pole. There are just endless scenes like this. I guess you just call this a small glacier. It certainly is attractive.
It's on the top there in the middle of that green tree.
Right over there, right to the right of that. I didn't see there was a whole bunch of 8 of them.
All those white specks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mr. Fred Myers, for allowing us to stay in your RV parking lot back there last night. And we slept in the car and enjoyed it very much. This is just a scene traveling about 40 miles north of Homer. Down on the Kenai Peninsula. Found a way of getting myself in a picture. There is a picture of Delmer Rogers right there. That's right. In this picture. We don't want to overlook the fact that there are so many beautiful streams like this. About a quarter of a mile walk uphill, but I think there's going to be something nice at the top. I'm not sure this passageway or this pathway is open, but we'll give it a try, see what's up here. The Russian Orthodox had strong legs, good hearts, and a great view. There's our car, way back down there, serving us well. Grand Am. That's about 50 miles away. I think we need a carpenter quick to fix this old boat and this old barn and everything in this old village. This picture on this building just reminded me, we just heard some news on the radio. First time we've had the radio on since we began our trip. And back in the town where we just left, Soldotna, there was a news flash that a bear had chased 3 people into the water, and one of them drowned. So this just gives you a little idea of what can happen if you don't stay in your car like we did last night. This building up on the hill provides a little light for those who are traveling on the Cook Inlet. The Cook Inlet.
No, she's painting it.
That's Mount Redoubt and the Three Sisters.
Okay.
And as you come around, that's part of the Alaska Peninsula.
And as I drop down here, what am I likely to see?
That's probably moose and bear down in there.
You say you've seen some black bear down there?
One sow with cubs the other day.
One sow with cubs the other day.
And then you have the across the bay from Kachemak Bay. This is Cook Inlet straight in front of you.
Okay. And I'm coming into this scene. Did you say that Kodiak Island is maybe 30 miles out there?
Past the point there.
Past that point. Okay, I've got that
It's
point.
the first of the 3 islands.
Okay,
Shuyak, Afognak, and Kodiak.
Okay, so I'm zooming in, but I can't see it, so
No.
I'll zoom back here and might as well just go. Okay. Well, you've been a real nice guy,
Oh,
and
no
I'm even
problem.
going to include you in this picture, and when I go to press, I'll make sure I spell your name right. There's an eagle flying along. Young, immature eagle. I'm not real sure exactly what they mean by young and immature, but
He ain't white-headed yet.
we're now at the Homer Spit. This is right off of Homer, Alaska, about a 5-mile road out on a very narrow body of land, and this is a very deep channel, and this is a very wonderful area to go fishing, and perhaps we'll see some eagles heading this way once again. I wonder how their catch was today. Just as it says, this is Land's End. This is a process of lifting the catch out of the boat, dropping it onto a conveyor belt, and running them over a conveyor back here to where they can be prepared to send it to Cincinnati. And there's something for you to look for at your fish food counter. The Anna Lane is not the only boat in the harbor. More and more of these cranes that are unloading the fish from the catches of the bay. Now try to top that fish story if you can. They use in their sport fishing electric motors on the reels to help them bring in the fish.
Well, why are they up here for this? I would estimate there's 50 shops like this along the waterfront here on the Spit in Homer, Alaska. Very good. Great catch right there on the right. If you look closely, you can see the string that's tied to this kite.
Homemade. I just met the man that made it. This sign suggests that halibut have one eye, either on the right side or left side, and then whatever side they lay on, they can, on the bottom, they can look up and see their predators. Now we're back where they unload the fish once again, with the mountains in the background. Cranes place the big buckets and so forth of fish from these vessels that come in from the sea. We saw quite a number of whale, but they're too fast to catch by camera. By the time their tails go up and down, you put your camera up too late. And there's an eagle on the beach. I wish he were flying, but I'll zoom in on him and see what we have here. That is an eagle. There we are. I can't wait for you to fly, Eagle. Turn around. I'd like to catch you in flight. Good. Overlook the logging industry that goes into paper and pulp so that we can have our magazines to read. So, I talked to a logger a little bit ago. He said they cut down a lot of this dead lumber to keep from forest fires from developing. my patience has paid off. Like people like to come down to this area, see all the motorhomes. We just woke up from about an hour and 20-minute nap that we really needed to take and stop taking a few pictures at this lake. Just wanted to offer some help to that young lady who is trying to pump up a little inflatable boat for her child, because they're planning on floating out there among all those beautiful white birds that I pictured here just a moment ago. We're just about to come to the end of this tape, and this is the tape primarily of our trip on the Kenai Peninsula, and we ended up in Homer. Beautiful, beautiful place. Took a lot of pictures of the eagles, of course, and this is just our way of bringing this to a conclusion, because we'll be back up to Soldotna, which is, I don't know, another 160 miles to Anchorage. And then we'll be boarding our plane.